Welcome to This Degenerate Life. I am your host, Jake McCown. I'm with
Dillon Collins. Welcome to episode number 5.
or something like that.
Yeah, just like when, your kid turns 5, you're like, he turned 5 or something like that.
He's not shitting his pants anymore.
Well, he probably will be. Shit in your pants. You ever shit your pants?
Dude,
I'm not saying on purpose.
here's the thing. I do a lot of, farts that are dangerous.
Sometimes you gotta risk it.
And a lot of times they're it's so cliche to say, but, I shouldn't have trusted that fart.
With quarantine and the boredom level of society, I feel like people are ready to risk it all at an all-time high level.
Yeah, man, I shart more than I'd be, comfortable telling people about. It happens a lot.
It does. It happens from time to time. You have a little episode.
Especially when I'm driving.
It's always when you're on your way home.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get home and you're excited about the rest of your day and you're like, the rest of my day starts right now, and then you try to force a fart.
Here's the thing, you think it feels like a tight fart. It's this one's just gonna whistle through your butthole, but really it's whistling, but it's bringing a whole poop train with it.
I feel like it's always a silent movie where you have to follow the dot to know that there's shit in your pants now. You have to check. You're like, oh man, and then you do check and it's just so bad.
Yeah.
And then you send pictures to your friends and they get mad at you.
I just take mine off and toss it in the dirty laundry and tell my girlfriend to wash it.
I think it's hilarious when people abandon it in public.
They throw it away in the trash can.
That's an all-time move. Just abandon your underwear.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it if it's really bad, but if it's not that bad, you could probably let it go. A buddy of mine, his dad is the president. Well, his dad was the president of Cal Fire, and he was on this important Cal Fire meeting with the executives of California. I bet Gavin Newsom was there, probably plotting how to extend the coronavirus lockdown.
Yeah.
And they were golfing, as politicians do,
As we do in the lockdown.
Yeah, probably getting paid overtime. And the president of Cal Fire, called Mr. President. Mr. President had to take a shit, and they were on hole 8, and he's like, I can make it the rest of the holes instead of just using the bathroom on hole 9. And by
a little kid.
Yeah, by hole 13, he was having a little episode. And he had to run down and shit into the creek, so he finished the rest of the game with one sock.
Have you ever been in a spot where that where you went and I can't hold anymore, I gotta go shit in nature?
I mean, I feel like I put myself in that position. I hate using my bathroom. I'll do anything to not use my bathroom.
What?
I'll sit in my room and pee in a bottle like a crazy person.
Yeah, that is crazy, man.
Even though the bathroom is 5 steps away, I'll just sit here. I'll look around and I'll be like this empty candle.
When I was younger, I used to do anything I could to get home and use my own bathroom. I never took a shit at, when I was in high school, I never took a shit in high school.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that I'm, avoiding using my own bathroom.
That's the only one you can trust, I feel like.
Not mine.
You'd rather trust a bottle, huh?
Yeah, I could trust a bottle. I mean, there's been a few accidents, a little overflow.
Overflow, missing.
You don't miss. What you do is your dick hole is too tightly pressed against the bottle, and you got to have a little bit of room for the air to go in. Remember when Miller Lite, they came out with, the punch top cans?
Yeah.
It's the same science. If you don't do that, you're going to spray piss everywhere, just like when you wash a spoon.
You're right. It's going to splash everywhere.
Yeah, all over my desk and my keyboard.
That's interesting.
I've gone through several keyboards, not due to piss, but due to, other things.
Have you, pissed in on a car ride, in a bottle?
Yeah.
I would rather pull over, let everybody see my dick, than pee in a bottle.
I've pissed while driving down the freeway in a bottle. I think it was last year. You could tell it was kind of a lull because we were experiencing fun headlines. Instead of death and mayhem from coronavirus, it was South Dakota passes law that bans masturbation while driving.
Have you jacked off while driving?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have too, man. I mean, I don't do it all the time, but long drives is boring, right? And you're well, I'm just gonna jack off, I guess.
Down the freeway, dude, feels great. It's jacking off for the first time all over again.
I used to drive down to the Bay Area and be a fucking disgusting Uber driver. I would spend a couple days down there.
Oh my god. And
I would jack off when the customers were in the car. But no, when I used to drive home, I used to have to all right, I'm backed up. This needs to go somewhere. I'd disgustingly take off my sock from my shoe. And that thing would smell disgusting.
That's one of those things you hope just doesn't really happen in real life.
Yeah, no, your Uber driver, he's backed up, all right? He's gonna clear them pipes.
Because a lot of people get accused of jerking off in class.
Really?
In my, at least I did.
I got accused a couple of times.
Fucking fake news.
Mind your own fucking business.
My cousin was showing me, it was called like sensitive content on Instagram. It was like horribly fucked up shit, like beheading videos and all this crazy shit.
On Instagram.
Instagram's the Wild West. They don't even take that shit down. They
I think Twitter's the Wild West.
Twitter also.
Yeah.
One of the videos was like, it was this girl in class. You could tell she's like fucking 16 or some shit. And this is like probably some straight child porn, to be honest with you. But she's
you're admitting to a crime right now.
In high school.
Continue. You're admitting to
child
pornography. Continue.
This high school girl, she like turns the phone, and it's this dude jacking off under his desk. And as she turns, like, it's at the perfect moment, and he just nuts.
Ugh. That's gross.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
Is it? No. It reminds me, dude. Like, I was the guy in middle school that used to make out with girls, like, in between, like, after school, and people would gather around and watch me make out with girls. Like, that's, like, the biggest, like, sex scandal I've ever had. And, like, I've never, like, seen somebody jacking off or, like, fingering themselves. But, like, in middle school, like, 8th grade, like, I used to have these girlfriends. I would just make out with them at the end of class. And, like, people, like, gather around and watch me.
Did they root you on?
Yeah, it was weird, right? Like, it was just, like, people staring at us making out. And it was, like...
How many dicks do you think got hard?
Definitely my little Peter. I got rock hard.
You know what's crazy is my dick always gets hard at the wrong time.
At a funeral or what?
The hardest dick I've ever had, and it would be every day.
So wait, you rate how hard your dick is? Like, this is the hardest dick I've ever had.
Not usually, but this is off the scales.
Okay.
Off the charts.
Tell me what is it? DMV.
All right, so I'm 7th grade.
Downhill since 7th.
First period, science class, about to burst. It was like, ah. Like, have you ever seen that one meme where it's Plankton, and Plankton's like veins are popping, and he's like, ah.
That was you.
Yeah, it was me. I look like Mark McGuire's arm right after he fucking
right after he shot his steroid.
Like, I don't really believe in God, but that's where one of those moments where you're like, man, somebody's got to be playing in this shit. Because it was the only class where we're moving around. Like, I love
that you think God like fucks with your boners. This is God's plan right now.
You know that Drake song, God's plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, God really fucked me over.
Yeah, I used to do this thing where like girls liked it too. Like in like middle school and like early high school, where you make your dick jump in your shorts. Dude, I would give $100 if I could make my dick jump on command like that these days. Girls would be like, yeah, make it jump. You'd
be fucking around with them a little bit.
Well, I don't know how it gets. It's like so long ago.
Their
right?
hand touches your junk, or is
I wish that happened, but they're like, I want to see it jump, and like you like make it like jump in your basketball shorts, like
yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been able to do that. Those are the glory days.
Yeah, never again.
God's plan.
The best times are behind you.
Yes, for sure. Cialis and Viagra is like what I got ahead of me.
In 10th grade, I specifically remember in culinary, it wasn't even at my table. Just like across the classroom, this girl just whispered to her friend talking about some guy. All I heard was his penis. And I nutted in my pants.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God, the only time I've ever just like,
I got a story.
I don't think I actually I don't think it was like a problem. Like I had to go clean up, but I was just like, I don't know why. I'm like a virgin at this point, like 5 years away from even getting laid.
This reminds me, dude, when I was in middle school, me and my friend, we were like rummaging his sister's like room, and she's like a real hot girl. And we found this like blank tape, and like we put it in the VCR, and she's like 17-ish, and we were like 13, 14-ish. And it's a home sex video of her getting fucked. And my friend like just let me watch her sister getting fucked like on the TV for like 30 minutes. Like that's so weird. Like I would definitely like throw the VCR in the trash.
What do you think that parents of porn stars do?
Molest their kids? What do you mean?
Well,
that's why they're porn stars.
Not what they did.
You think they like look them up? Is that what you're saying? They definitely don't look them up.
I feel like sometimes they do.
Oh, you're like, that's daddy's little girl?
Second place, really?
Like if you're real progressive, you're like watching your daughter like on the internet, like, oh, that's daddy's girl taking all that cock.
Are you impressed?
Well, if you're progressive, right? You're like, oh, that's daddy's girl taking all that dick. I told her to take it in the ass, and she sure did. She sure took it right in the pooper.
Do you think they're competitive with like other porn stars' parents? Second place, Margaret. My little angel took 2 black dicks at once this year.
Suck it, Margaret.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have like bumper stickers. My daughter was trending on Pornhub. Yeah. So recently, like changing subjects big time, you had a roast battle.
Yes, big time roast battle. Dude, these online shows are a fucking disaster.
They are.
They're
yeah.
just absolutely unforgivably horrible.
Here's the thing, though. Like, let me set the stage. Like, the best roasters in the world were on, like, the judges on this. Like, seriously, like, the people, like, I, like, look up to big time, Eli Sayers and Keith Carey. Literally, like, they had the battle of, like, the East Coast, Eli Sayers versus the West Coast, Keith Carey, and Eli Sayers won. But, like, those are the two best roasters in the world. Like, they are judges on this roast battle. And here
it was
a shit show. It was a shit show, complete shit show.
Here's the thing. I think it would have been a shit show even if it was a live show, because verbal insults shows kind of always are shit shows.
They can be, yeah.
But this show was fucking completely terrible. My original guest was too much of a bitch, Robert Barry. He backed out.
Oh, dude, I was really rude. I wanted to help you write jokes. I wanted to, like, I really wanted to roast that guy.
I don't know why. He's one of these guys that just fucking... He doesn't know how to say no. He approaches comedy like a fucking year one comic who just, like, is so hungry for, like, anything. But he's not. He's done comedy for years.
Yeah.
Like, there's pictures of him doing comedy where I wouldn't even fucking recognize him. That's how long he's done comedy. And
Really?
And how fat and gross he is now.
I mean, he said he's only been doing comedy for like 6 years, I think you told me.
He's got to been. Well, that could be true, dude. I really don't.
He's got really gross.
No, he's got to have done
years.
comedy for a lot longer than 6 years, man. Because he's passed at the punchline.
Yeah, but he sucks a lot of dick, dude.
That's why he's done comedy for so long. Because it's not like he's 6 years in. Like, there's a lot of comics that are 6 years in.
Yeah.
I think Jackie's like about that long in.
Right. But he's like buddy with a lot of people. Like,
Comedy clicks.
yeah, exactly. That's how you can get past sometimes. So
You know who really wanted to book Robert Barry? Rich Marar. Rich wanted to book Robert Barry so bad. He was like, I gotta book Robert to headline my show. And it's like, hey man, like, you have to worry about booking these comics. Like, just worry about promoting the show well.
did he ever book him?
No, he never booked Robert.
He booked that one guy, Walker
Glenn.
I liked him. He was on my show. There's like no one there, but the patio.
That was a fucking terrible show.
Yeah, no.
Who else was on that show that night?
It was me, Walker Glenn. Was Phil on it?
Phil was on it. Phil was all fucked up.
Yeah, he's like laying there like a bum.
Yeah, he was all unshaven and he smelled bad. He didn't have a license. He had just gotten his DUI. And Marcus Mangum was there.
Yeah, that's the other guy.
Fucking terrible show, dude. That show fucking ate.
It sucked dick because no one's there. Like, those like pretty good comics. Like, Walker Glenn's hilarious.
Yeah, Walker Glenn is very funny. It was a great. I'm not saying the lineup sucked. It was just the show was horrible.
Yeah,
overall, not like it was the comic's fault. It was Rich Marar's fault.
100%. Thanks, Rich. Please book me again.
Yeah. I wonder how the patio or that place is doing. I'm sure they're so fucking rich and uppity. Like, they're for sure probably gonna survive their coronavirus.
Yeah, they suck though. Their food sucks, man.
The food that I ordered was fucking delicious.
Really?
I did the first time I went there. I ordered a pizza and it was a terrible piece of shit.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you order a pizza from a place that's not supposed to have pizza, that's your fault.
I've been there 3 times. The first time I went there, it was good. Next 2 times, they blew dicks, and the service sucked.
Rich tried to give me a guest set on that show that you were on. He was like, "Come on, dude, just go up there." I was like, "Fuck no, dude.
Come up here and do your open mic."
You know your show's horrible when people that like will kill for stage time that'll drive to like Monterey for stage time that gets canceled are turning down stage time. They're like, I'm glad that I'm not obligated to go do some stand up right now.
Yeah, there was like 6 people there, right? Anyways, back to the roast battle. So, greatest judges in the world in the roast battle arena. Anyways,
Greatest comedian producer to ever come out of Chico
Dillon Collins
versus what's her name again?
Jessica Eggleston.
Jessica Eggleston.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what she used to be known as.
That was
before
her
she got
married
divorced.
name, right?
Yeah, before somebody stopped loving her.
Married to a Jew, obviously.
Naturally. Former Paradise resident.
Yeah. Let's just keep roasting
Dude,
her.
I guarantee you she probably had some beef after that, dude. She's a little sensitive, man.
Yeah, just like Wendy,
Fucking,
right?
yeah.
Dude, okay, so let me talk about that. One of the roasts before yours was this lady named Wendy. What's her last name?
Wendy Lewis.
Wendy Lewis. So she's like a
Stand-up
pretty
comedian
big.
out of Sacramento.
Yeah, she's a pretty big comedian stand-up in Sacramento. She's like a big dick in Sacramento.
She's a big dick in Sacramento.
And so she was versus Bay Area guy, which I think when I did my Bay Area roast, he was there too. And I think
Yeah, I met him. He's actually a good dude. Anthony Zaccardo.
Yeah, Zaccardo. And so Anthony had jokes, and they were fine, right? They weren't like heavy hitters, but she's like a big girl. And he made jokes about her being fat.
What else was he gonna make fun of?
Exactly. It's called a fucking roast, right? You're making roast about the person and their appearance or like something they did, and it's like you're gonna make like fun of the obvious. She's a big girl. Obviously, she likes black people. Like, black people fuck her. But not only that, here's the thing. She had no jokes written And she got offended.
She got offended very early on. The whole structure of the show was completely lost, like immediately, because she started getting mad, and she was like, "Is that really what you're gonna make fun of? You're just gonna make fun of my fucking fupa?"
Of course you're gonna go after my fat. Well, thank you. Exactly.
To be honest, though, I thought that was a very beta moment by Wendy to do that, because like she's like, who the fuck does she give a shit about Anthony Zaccardo? Like, she's past the last limit. She's past the punchline. She's gonna be fine no matter what. Like, she's one of the lucky comedians that have gotten past all this hard ass shit. That's gonna be, who knows what the process is to getting to the level of comedian that she's at once we're even back into stand-up comedy, or if that's even gonna be fucking possible.
She's a very funny comedian, right?
And here she is getting fucking, she's embarrassing herself.
Very much so. Have you ever seen a roast battle? They say the worst shit they possibly can about you, and it's all in good fun. Like, you sign up knowing like that's gonna be the case, and if it's a good joke, you're supposed to laugh.
She's done roast battles before, and she's seen what it's about. But maybe
she had a bad day, right?
She's having a bad day, you know. Just like
right off, whatever. Here's the thing that I thought was like kind of fucked up and bullshit, that they like gave her a tie.
They gave her a pass. Yeah, Saul gave her a pass because he was probably really stoned, and he probably didn't give a fuck about the show, which was fair.
No, I mean, here's the thing. He said it straight up. Like, that's her friend.
Yeah.
Eli Sayers, I didn't get. Like, why?
Yeah, I don't either.
I think he thought like it was gonna be like a sweep.
What was interesting though is those comics, I don't think that any of them know what a big dick Wendy is. So it was.
I mean, they're from New York.
Eli
in LA.
didn't give it to her, did he?
Eli did.
Because I felt like Eli shit on her the most, right? Or no, Keith was the one that really.
No. It was Zach Amico.
It was a Zach Amico. Okay, so
and Keith Carey too. Because they both did.
Okay, so I was just listening on audio, so I didn't really. I was literally working at Starbucks at the time, like taking orders.
Right.
Whoever was like, "Listen, honey," he was like, "It was." I was like, "Damn."
That was Zach Amico.
Yeah, because nobody would ever dare talk to like that to, like, I wouldn't, you know.
He was being friendly at first. He's like let's be nice, like let's figure.
Yeah, he was
he misworded it. Don't get me wrong. He's like, let's be nice. Like,
he was being super condescending
at first. No, at first he was trying to be real nice.
I think that he had a nice tone, but he was still being a condescending dick. And I think that Wendy's one of these people that's like, I think that they've had a lot of, like, it's taken her a long time to get to where she is as a comic. So she's like, I'm not gonna take any shit from anybody. And she probably like overreacted, not only to the roast battle but also to the judges.
Well, she didn't have any jokes. Number one, let's just get that out of the way.
The show is better off for the beef. That was my favorite part of the show. Hands down.
I mean, it's the most memorable.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, dude. I was cracking up.
Here's the thing, like, it feels like let's pretend I was on TV, like, right? Like, if you get like roast battle on TV,
that segment gets cut.
It gets cut, and she never gets booked on a TV thing again.
She has to know that. A lot of people have that problem. I for sure have that problem of saying the wrong shit or like overreacting. For example, let's name drop since that's what we do on this, but Drea Myers, another person that always fucking, her name's always kind of in a negative light, which isn't the worst thing in the world, because, you know, people are still talking about you. Same with Mitch in our scene.
I feel like Drea Myers and Mitch are like two different levels.
Like, Drea's an established comedian.
She is. She's definitely an established comedian. She rubs people the wrong way because of how hard she goes after it, right? Here's the thing. I respect Wendy. She's a great comedian. It was a bad look, right? Okay, let's just say that. It was a bad look for that roast battle. Like, she didn't come prepared or whatever it was. Like, she like was totally off her game on that roast battle. And it was funny. Like, as a spectator, like watching a train wreck in a way. It was funny that way, but it wasn't a good roast.
Anyway, the important part of the roast battle, my victory over Jessica.
Yeah.
I didn't really do that well. I stuttered. I was out of breath.
You needed better jokes.
I know. I did need better jokes.
What'd you think about the joke I sent you?
I didn't use it.
I know you didn't.
I wish I did, though. I was trying to use it, but being on Zoom on my phone, I couldn't switch over to my notes or it would cut the audio out. So I was really trying to like piece this shit together, and I wrote the jokes at like 6 o'clock in the morning before I went to sleep, because my sleep schedule is like that now.
They liked your Walmart joke though.
Yeah, because it was funny. I did like that joke, and I mulled through so many different ways to tell it, and then when I finally did tell it, I was like, I was winded, and I was like nervous, and I was in the bathroom.
Let's back up, dude. Like, okay, so like they get to you, you're on shift,
they
making
literally
coffee,
no warning. All of a sudden, Al's like, all right, the next roast battle is going to be Dillon.
Yeah.
I'm not in the back making coffee. I'm in the fucking very back of it, like taking out the trash, and there's all the supervisors around me. I run, I throw as much of the garbage into just the dumpster. I'm like, fuck the recycling. And then I run into the bathroom, leave the shopping cart there. I'm for sure going to get written up over that.
Whatever.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Safeway, dude. Suck my dick.
You're still going to fuck the hottest cashier, right? Right up or not. So you run.
Into the bathroom, and I'm in there for like 15 minutes doing this roast battle.
So wait, you run? How far is the run to that?
300 feet, like a football field.
Yeah.
Across the Safeway.
They were like, oh, we might have to reschedule Dillon. They were like talking shit, like, oh, what's going on with Dillon?
Yeah, they were. And
Yeah.
I'm over there fucking busting my balls to try to get this shit rolling. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're like, we're just gonna give it to Jessica because I got Dillon fought here. which is exactly the move that they would make for their show, which is the wrong one.
Well, I mean, I get it too. Like, they need to keep moving.
I do too. They've just had so many bad situations on their show. I remember one time this guy Morgan Luhan, he fucking just no-called, no-showed one of their shows.
Yeah, with Luke Soyan, right?
Yeah, and they're like, well, I guess we're just going to let Luke go up there by himself.
He roasted somebody, but it was supposed to be for Morgan Lugan.
Yeah.
Luhan, or whatever.
It was like, hey, guys, just like, let's cut this 10 minutes out of the show.
Right.
What are we doing?
I hear you. Okay, so you get to the bathroom, and you're roasting Jessica.
Yeah, all of a sudden I flipped the camera on, got my mask on, and they're like, does this motherfucker work at Subway? And I don't know if they have some history with Subway, but they were, Keith Carey was happy about that.
You working for Subway?
Thought I was working for Subway because to be fair, it does look like a Subway get up.
I was like, I hope he doesn't tell roast jokes with that face mask on. I thought you were gonna do that.
I really had no plan. My plan was for them to. I asked Josh and I was like, "Hey, can I be at the end because I get off at 7:30?" And he's like, "Well, we usually our shows or last time our show was over at 7:40." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool." And he's like, and he just didn't respond.
Right.
There wasn't much communication.
And you roast her. Okay, so the joke that made me laugh, I don't know how it got to it, but you're like, yeah, I'm at Starbucks. He's like, oh, you guys hate black people. You were like, oh, why? You're mad because your boyfriend can't come in?
Yeah.
That's what made me laugh out loud. And I think that's what got everybody on your side, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's a fat white woman.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously black people are into fat white women. Like, that's the stereotype.
And also, obviously, they're not allowed at Starbucks.
They're definitely not allowed at Starbucks.
Well, not all Starbucks, but some Starbucks they're not allowed at.
Right.
Check with your Starbucks before.
Call ahead.
Yeah.
Don't.
It's kind of like check with your doctor before trying Starbucks.
Like, definitely sit in the back of Starbucks, I think. I think that's the rule, right? That's in the handbook.
Well, there's no back of my Starbucks. It's just
You're right, you're in a store.
yeah.
So you beat Jessica Roberts.
Not just beat down, shit on, annihilated, wiped the floor with. I know she's adopted. I might be her new daddy.
I think you are. I think she needs to call you Daddy Dillon.
Yeah.
Daddy Dillon.
Big Daddy Dill.
Big Daddy Dill, can you book me in your next show?
Yeah.
I don't know, sweetheart. Maybe next time.
You should have to ask anytime she wants to do it. Daddy
But she
Dill,
needs to
can I-
address you.
Can
that
I
way.
do a Zoom show? Am I allowed to try this joke?
I don't know, sweetheart. Send me a clip.
Please don't send me a clip.
We just talk shit.
Save your time.
We talk shit, Jessica. If you're listening, you're probably not. Okay, so in the news, the girl that killed the Joker, you know, Batman can never do it, right? But there's a girl that used to be on a sitcom called Full House. So on Full House, the girl from Full House killed the Joker. And she got married to the Prime Minister's brother of France. Anyways, she requested an emergency divorce but was denied. Anyways, the picture they showed of her, it looks like it should be the To Catch a Predator logo. It's like I wish we had this on video, but if you like Google it,
It's so uncomfortable because she looks so young.
so young, and like she like looks so nervous too. Like when he's like, okay, he has his hand around her whole head and like grabbing it and he's kissing it from the other side. It looks like, okay, if I went to like a basketball game with like my stepdaughter and like my brother, like an older brother or something, and like I went to the bathroom and like my brother like started like kissing my stepdaughter on the head. That's what it looks like. Straight up. Like it looks disgusting. And did she finally break free? Like
Her face looks like my dog's face when I'm like, come here, you're going to go to night with me.
yeah. Her
You're
face.
going to night with me and you're going to like it. And she's like, I have to go potty first.
Her face looks like she's like looking kind of nervously side-eyed somewhere. Like
It's weird because, like, how old is she really?
I think she's like
23?
No,
Okay.
she's older than that. She's like probably 26, 27.
So she's clearly of age, but she looks so young right there where I feel uncomfortable watching it.
I feel
Like, just looking at it, I'm
I
like,
feel like if you clicked on that link, FBI might like call us up right now.
mm-hmm. I don't want to. That's why it's open in an incognito tab.
And here's a caption: chilling photos of Mary-Kate Olsen and husband Oliver Sarkozy. I should click on it, dude. I want to see more chilling photos.
All right. Unpopular opinion: incognito windows are kind of like hiding from the FBI, just like how coronavirus is protected by a face mask.
Oh, I definitely. Here's the only reason I watch porn on incognito window. I always do, but only reason I do is because I don't want anything popping up on my social media about like the weird shit I watch on porn.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. The most chilling photos of Mary-Kate Olsen and her old as fuck husband, Oliver Sarkozy. That's a funny little title. It looks like Tom Hanks with a giant forehead.
They look like real life characters out of a Tim Burton movie.
And she's got like these cheeks, right? That like sunken in cheeks.
They look like fucking Jack Skeleton and whoever Jack Skeleton's side piece was.
Dude, how much blow do you think they do? I feel like they do blow like scandalously. Like they like.
But who wouldn't you?
I feel like he's the brother of the French prime minister, or he was. Right? They killed a like governor in their country, and they done coke off his head. The only thing they have in common is weird sex and lots of drugs. That's the only thing they have in common. Like she killed Heath Ledger from her weird drug use.
Yeah, she pushed him over the edge.
She did what Batman never could. She was the hero Gotham needed.
The fucking Dark Knight over here. And the hero we deserve.
Yeah. There's also a trend going on where people are marrying themselves. I'll give you one guess the type of person that likes to marry themselves. Lonely feminists. Lonely feminists that can get no guy to fuck them because they're miserable.
Let's go to the clip.
Yeah, let's listen to this.
I would describe it as women saying yes to themselves.
Women saying yes to themselves. Because literally every other guy has said no. All right, so this is like a young woman kind of, like, let's say, what do you say, 40s? And this is kind of cliche and hack to say, but she has a Karen haircut. Very Karen. Women, I would describe it as women saying yes to themselves.
It means that we are enough even if we're not partnered with someone else.
On your, like, wedding night, are you, like, definitely fingering the shit out of yourself? Like, is that your honeymoon? Are you going, like, somewhere exotic and, like, fingering the shit out of yourself with a giant dildo?
No, I think you're spending the whole time on Pinterest and, like, fucking knitting or some weird hobby like that.
Or, like, writing your blog, your feminist blog.
Yeah, probably.
Or petting your cat.
Yeah.
I'm getting married to myself.
So it's kind of bullshit that women are just allowed to do this. Women can just get away with shit like this. They get like a pass. Because if a guy did that...
Not only do they get a pass, they get fucking vlogs done about
Yeah, they get
them.
encouraged. And all.
They're heroes.
Yeah, they're fucking influencers.
Yes.
If a guy does this, all of a sudden he's a fucking beta male. And he is. Don't get me wrong. But a woman will be like, oh, she's a hero. But a guy he's a fucking incel.
Right.
And nobody wants to fuck him. And, make sure he doesn't shoot up a school. And definitely make sure he doesn't shoot up a school and check on him.
I mean,
But
she's one
these
nutsack away. She's a nutsack away from shooting up a school.
Yeah, these are fucking psychopaths that are getting put like a platform where they can just like have fans and influence.
Celebrated.
It's not that much different as if like some bitch that was cutting herself and we just made her. She just got famous on social media and she,
I think cutting yourself is saying no to yourself and saying that you're not enough.
Are you really gonna be edgist? Discriminate against the blade?
I mean, the blade gets me, right?
It's my medicine.
It gets deep when no one else does.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit that we definitely should not be okay with. Hi, Grandma.
Okay. Good night. Good to see you.
Don't fucking wish my grandma good night.
Oh, to be fair, she definitely didn't wish it back.
Yeah, no, she didn't.
Like, we're just getting back from a 20-minute pee break and smoke break and yeah.
We're on a completely different podcast at this point.
Basically. But to finish up the whole marry themselves, like that chick would be an incel, and if she was my wife, I would want her to shoot me.
If she had the balls.
Like, I hope she would be one of those people that before she went and shot up a school, she killed her family too.
Just kills all the babies, like a bathtub or something. Early 2000s theme. Didn't that shit used to happen?
Marrying yourself?
No, not marrying yourself. Killing your kids.
Oh.
I feel like there was more child murder, more spousal murder.
Abortion never went out of style, dude.
Yeah, but abortion's not child murder. Abortion's necessary. You probably had an abortion, right?
No.
Never.
Dude, I'm kind of pro-life. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty pro-life.
Yeah, but if you needed to have an abortion, you wouldn't do it? You'd be like, dude, I'm gonna just take one for the team.
Here's the thing, ideally, I'd like to say, yeah, I'd like to have a kid. I
I
don't think abortion should be a form of contraception.
Let's say I knocked up, let's hypothetically, let's say me and April
Yeah.
accidentally fucked, and I knocked her
Accidentally.
up. Oops. And I knocked her up. You're saying, like, I live in my grandparents' house, and she's got all her fucking situation going on. You're saying that an abortion wouldn't be a good option? You're saying we should have that kid? Like, that would be good for everybody's life?
Okay, here's the thing. Like, it's not, like, necessarily good, but you're killing a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're literally, like, it's called what it is. Like, you're killing a kid. Like, you can, okay, there's an option, like, you can do adoption, right? Like, I hear that's so tiring. Like, it's a tired answer, right? But it's an option. And you're not the one that's gonna get all fat, so like she gets all fat, so that's fine. But I just don't think abortion should be like leaned on as like, oh, it's Plan C, you know, like I didn't pull out right, Plan B didn't work. Plan C is the abortion.
If you do it early enough, though, there's no consciousness in the fetus. It's not like you come out. Does anybody have any memories from inside the womb?
I mean, this is like getting off like.
I'm just saying,
off brand of our podcast.
It is, but if you knock up, if there are certain girls where you're like, you got to get an abortion for sure. I feel like being pro-life is kind of off brand for you.
Sure, I'm sure it is.
It makes sense in certain ways, but it's also like, wow, didn't see that one coming.
Thanks, I am a good person.
Yeah, that's not the. I wouldn't say you're a good person for that. It's not like you're picking up trash on the side of the highway.
I'm preventing trash from being littered on the highway.
Yeah.
In a way.
You're creating people that are going to pick up trash on the side of the highway.
Exactly.
Everybody that picks up trash on the side of the highway should have been an abortion.
They probably should have been, right?
My mom has fucking told me that she's, gone into the abortion clinic when she was pregnant with me.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know why she didn't have the abortion, but she's definitely had, like, several abortions in and around my pregnancy. So I'm very fortunate not only to be born, but also to not be retarded by all the cigarettes and drugs my mom did.
I feel like I should be taller. My mom definitely smoked while I was in the womb.
Did you drink a lot of milk when you were a kid?
A fair amount.
You might not have drank enough.
Maybe.
That's the most important
My dad's
thing.
6'1". Here's the
6'1", big dick.
big dick.
Big old dick.
That was my very first joke I ever made in stand-up.
He had a big old dick. He was 6'1". He's a man.
And I was like, that's what I'm going to be, you know? I'm like 16. I walked in and I'm like being naked at their shower or whatever. And I'm like, I'm going to grow into that.
Oh, if it skips a generation, though, wouldn't you still be happy for your son?
No, I'm going to be pissed off. I'm going to take it out on him.
Would you be mad if he was
Yes.
6'1"?
He like comes out of the showers like dick's like slapping everything. He's like clumsy and shit too. He's like, oh, my pants dropped. I would hate him. I would be like, I wish I aborted you.
Yeah, all of a sudden you change your mind on abortion.
Yeah.
You're like, I knew I was wrong about something.
It's possible it skipped a generation. I'm not gonna lie because my grandpa's kind of short. So, but my dad's 6'1". So, you know what my aunt did? My aunt gave my cousin, her daughter, human growth hormones so she wouldn't be short. And I wish my dad would have gave me some.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That's cool, right? I'm gonna do that for my kid.
Dude, I've got to say, when it comes to sports, I really don't hate the use of performance-enhancing drugs because in a lot of cases it really just prevents injuries. But that's what makes working out with them a lot, more beneficial.
People look at steroids like it's like a terrible thing. But here's the thing: it makes you be a better athlete.
It should be allowed to a certain extent because it really does help you be a better athlete and your body not break down. Like, people take that shit like because it makes you more healthy, not even playing sports.
That fucking like couch potatoes are the people that hate steroids the most, like that like talk shit the most about steroids.
It's like it's all old grandpas.
Them
that
too.
Are like, remember Ralph Kiner in 1967?
Babe Ruth didn't have any steroids.
Well, fucking.
They were throwing 60 miles per hour to Babe Ruth. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't have motherfucking.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't have Randy Johnson on the mound.
The best pitch was a spitball.
Right. Steroids made baseball better. Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, those bitches were juiced to the gills, and they made baseball come back.
Because here's the thing: baseball's not a sport that you have to worry about, like people dying. Usually, I mean, a pitcher could die, but maybe if it's that dangerous, then the pitchers just have to wear a face mask. Like if everybody's on steroids, I wouldn't hate that idea.
It's not
instead of just seeing somebody. Have you ever seen that video of that woman who she's trying to slingshot a watermelon and then it gets launched like right back at her and it like explodes and
Sure.
it looks like she got shot in the head.
Yeah.
So I don't want that to happen to like a pitcher. I mean I do, but like not my.
That kind of happened to me. Like not the watermelon thing, but like I was pitching. And I was throwing against my friend, who's a girl, her older brother. I was pitching against him, and I knew like his parents. I've known him like my whole life, and I threw a pitch, and he like hit a fast ass liner, and like I turned, and it like went off my ass, and I like picked up the ball, and I threw him out. But I turned and I looked at his parents, and they're all laughing their asses off that I just got drilled by this baseball.
Yeah.
But back to steroids, it's not a competitive advantage if everyone's doing them.
I think it's still unfair, but it would just be
It's
so
not,
much.
though. Like if the pitchers are taking steroids and then the hitters are taking
It's
steroids.
the easiest solution. If they just allowed it, then everybody is allowed to do it, and there's still people that wouldn't do it because I think that there are still negative consequences to like juicing.
Yeah, like you hit too many home runs. Like there's that.
Yeah,
Like, you don't
your
want that,
balls
right?
shrivel up and like you have
Yeah.
you have weird shit happen to you.
You become you can't make kids.
I mean, you get like
that my friend that takes a lot of steroids, he can't make kids right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you get like domestic abuse. That's why NFL players and shit doesn't like. I bet you it's because like they're on fucking steroids or like withdrawals from steroids.
Well, they're hit in the head so many times. Like CTE made Aaron Hernandez gay and murdery.
Well, the
other people
Aaron
makes
Hernandez was bi-curious, and he like started fucking his friend.
Because he got hit in the head too many times.
That wasn't because he got hit in the head too many times. It's because he kind of wanted to touch somebody's dick. It was like whoops, one too many sacks.
What do you? I wish it was like one like big hit. Like he gets hit in the head and he's like, "Hey, whoa." He's like, sorry. Like, no, don't be sorry, baby.
Yeah. Let me help you up.
Yeah, you can help me up.
Please. It's a total hit piece on Aaron Hernandez, which is kind of unfair.
It's not unfair, dude. He murdered like a lot of people.
Well, I think a hit piece on somebody that's dead is unfair because you can't even.
He murdered himself because he killed so many people and he wanted to give money to his kids.
I think he killed himself because he was found when he all his shit was under appeal.
The loophole.
And then when he killed himself, he was technically not guilty.
Yeah.
So he died he didn't.
He was
die
able to get the money for the Patriots.
Dead.
That's why.
There's all this crazy shit.
Yeah, there's loopholes like why he did it.
And he was probably a lot of stress. He was in fucking prison.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
how
like
crazy
prison
would
was
that
a
be?
good place for him. You know.
That's where he belonged.
That's where he
murdered people.
Like, do you know what goes on in prison, Aaron? Yeah. He went to the University of Florida in my hometown. So like when I was like coming up, like he was in college.
He was the guy.
He was the guy, you know? He's the guy that got all the dudes. So, made me really jealous.
Yeah, you're like, why not me, Aaron?
Why does that guy get all the dudes?
You're like, we had 4 classes together. You strategically took the same major as him.
Drop pencils in front of him.
Whoops.
Whoopsies. Right, Aaron?
You're way too short for Aaron.
Hey, chill, dog.
Aaron likes tall. I'm not good enough for Aaron either, I don't think.
We were looking at fans only.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans?
You don't have to be lonely at fans only.
Here's the thing. When we get video for this podcast, I'm ready to like just put our video only on OnlyFans.
Dicks out.
Yeah, we'll just be jacking off the whole show.
If you want, you said it.
No, I just want to like put it on there because like it's just like a bunch of thoughts, right? Like let's get the comic relief.
Absolutely.
For OnlyFans.
But then think about the guests. Then we should get some females.
April's getting on right away.
April to Metropolis. We'll have Eliza on, Sydney Hupp, Annie Fisher.
Basically all of our podcasts is us double teaming
Cassie
all the
O'Brien.
female comedians.
LFA.
No.
Is that where you draw the line?
I definitely draw the line there. I mean, I'm definitely pro-choice on that one. On LFA.
Might as well make it an orgy. Live from Dillon's grandparents' house. And just go live on Facebook.
We can do that too. For sure. Do you have any last thoughts on our show?
4 votes for me, 0 votes for Jessica.
You swept it.
I didn't even do that well.
Just imagine how bad she did.
Exactly. I don't want to take all the credit
because she had a lot of shitty jokes.
She really deserves a lot of the credit here for this victory.
She was the MVP for your win.
Oh man.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We had a blast, and thanks for listening.